First gas. What's up? You up early? I hope these bugs are not going to be a problem this morning. Trying to beat the sun this morning. See if the fish are actually biting this early. Actually kind of nice. There's a slight breeze, but it's keeping me. It's not moving me around too much. I know there's got to be a fish hanging underneath that tree there. That's in the tree. I got it out. Getting a little too cocky with it. Back at it again in the backyard. Turn around, turn around. Come on. Oh, man. It's early. It's early. But if you know me, I gotta fish. Gotta get the fishing in. Get my hour in every day. I contemplated going down to the boat, but it was a rising tide, and that probably would have meant I would have the hard time trying to find bait unless I go some certain spots that I really feel like going to. So, oh, this thing is the worst. It's terrible steering with this. Should have got on the kayak, but this was already out by the water, so we make do with what we got. What's going on, D? Plug, what's up? Doing all right, man. It's early, you know. Did my 2 miles this morning already. Now I'm fishing. After this, I'm gonna go work out in the garage and then get this Monday going, you know. Hope everyone's doing all right themselves. Let's see if we can find. Trying to go back to the left side, but paddle boat's not easy of a. Again, not the best steering. I feel like a lot of fish are hanging out in the middle of the pond because it's just deeper, cooler water for them to be in. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm still on my 75. I haven't broke, I think. But today's the 10th. I don't know what day it is. But I'm almost 30 days into it, so almost halfway there. Still fishing. Get my 2 miles. Just like either I'm running, at least running one, walking the other, or walk two, depending on how I feel. And I'm either doing some lifting in the garage or some type of cardio, plyometric or something, get the heart rate going. And then still reading. I'm already on my third book. When you read Calvin and Hobbes, you go through a lot faster. Garfield, you know what I mean? It's like I'm not doing that, but I used to read a lot of Calvin and Hobbes. One of my favorite comics to read. But we are, and I haven't had a sip of beer or any alcohol. Occasionally an NA, but it's the only thing I might modify. It's not that. I never had an issue with. It's not. I don't even call it an issue. It's more or less. I'm not really big on social drinking like that. So, but I do like occasionally like a nice little bourbon or whiskey in the evening. You know, just chilling. Or good tasting beer. You know what I mean? So you want to be able to enjoy things. All right. Ivan, I appreciate that. There's always a plan when I get out here. Always a plan. Someone was telling me about their family has a pond with some really, really big bass. They were telling me I need a fish out of, but it's like 2 hours away. Once I can make this thing a full time, I can go a lot more places. That's the hopes. That's the dreams here. So make sure y'all like and subscribe, share the channel. Let's keep growing this community here. I got some big aspirations to make this thing go places. Eli, honestly, I think it just takes some adjusting your drag and the brake on it to figure out what's going to work best based on what you might be throwing. I've learned if I'm throwing weightless, it requires a completely different setting versus if I do have a weight on. It definitely limits the amount of backlash that I get. But that just takes knowing your gear and knowing how you might cast. I'm still terrible at it. Like, I'm not the type of person that can like pitch it or skip it with a bait caster. I'm just okay with a spinning reel. But even then, I don't even trust myself around like docks or something like that. Like, for every one I get right, I'm definitely throwing it into the dock or over the dock or getting in my line wrapped around a piling. So you gotta play to your strength. What I've learned though, by doing something consistently, you're just gonna get better. And I know that, and I say that because there's things that I'm learning just from fishing all the time. And I'm giving myself just like an hour. And sometimes I go a little bit longer. Maybe I might go 2-3 hours depending on where I might be fishing, or I might come back out here a second time in the afternoon, evening. But you start doing something more, you start working through some of those things there. Not to mention you learn some new things too. What is in my eye? So yeah, I appreciate the 7 likes so far, y'all. Make sure I keep tapping in. I know it's early, but let's see if we can get these likes up, run it up. I gotta get a new cast net, so anything and everything y'all can do is gonna help out. Yesterday I went to Sportsman Warehouse. I've never been in that store before. I get their emails, like their sales ad emails all the time, but first time being in it, actually I was very surprised what they had to offer. Like, I'm definitely gonna be shopping there a lot more. They had a lot of stuff, and then I peeped my eyes on the freaking I don't know, it wouldn't be a dune buggy. It's a 2-seater go-kart. That thing was badass, and I have every intention of getting it. That's the only thing I've wanted since moving here. I just wanted a go-kart that I can ride around back here. People ride dirt bikes, they ride 4-wheelers. I just want a go-kart that I can just ride. I've always wanted one, and I'm gonna get one. Because that's what it's about being an adult, having the things you want now. Whoa. All right. Yeah, but this morning I'm throwing a Texas rig with the roadside minnow that I caught a bass the other day on. Trying to see if I get the same kind of love out in the pond. Then I got the trout trick that I was having some luck with the bass and crappie the other day as well. So did score some crankbaits yesterday, which was nice. All right. Don't see Mr. Gator, doesn't he? He's not over here. But he's a small guy anyways. This is what we're throwing here. Texas rig. It swims nice. I like the way it swims. I'll get myself from. Keep making my way around this pond here. I'm not sure I followed the question, but what's going on? Maybe for sports. What's good? What's good? Hope everyone's all right this Monday. I know it's early. It's early for me to be fishing. Usually I'm like maybe like an hour. Maybe that actually, like, I lied. Maybe like I'm 30 minutes later getting out here. I had the alarm set for 5, but I really didn't get up until like 1:45. And my camera's all crooked and jacked up. That's crazy. All right, let's get it right. Let's get it right. Yeah, I appreciate that. Just over here, just trying to do my thing. But I appreciate the positive vibe. Hey, whatever that was blowing up the surface. Something's over here blowing up the surface. That's this cast over there. Never had any much luck throwing into like when I see fish jump and like getting a fish to hit the line. That's only work when you see fish busting on the surface like near shore, like Spanish mackerel. You could throw like a casting jig or a spoon into them, but that's the only time I've ever had any luck sight casting. But one day I'm gonna be somewhere. I'm gonna see a bunch of reds just hanging out, or flounder or something. It'll be a sight to behold. Man, I'm just scratching the surface. That's why I keep telling everybody. There's levels to this. I watch fishing videos all day, every day, and I'm just trying to level up over here. Ugh. Maybe I might go before sunrise. If I get up early enough to go surf fishing, beat all the traffic. Okay. Let's test this theory out. I'm gonna switch it. Yay. But if you got a Sportsman warehouse, I highly recommend y'all to check them out. I was very surprised all the gear they had. I don't know about fishing, like actual rod and reels. Like they had stuff on clearance, but I guess it all depends on what your budget is and what you're trying to spend. But as far as like tackle, like lures and stuff, definitely a spot you need to hit up. All right, so this is I got a jig head with it's called a Trout Trick by Z-Man, and I was pulling up bass and crappie with it a couple days ago, so we're gonna see if we can have that same kind of luck with this guy here. Reggie, what's good? Braylon, what's up? Hey, that's 221, man. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to see if I can break that. I don't know what my all-time high is. I think it was like 290. But we're touching some records as of lately. Hey, the sun's starting to come out. Of course, Monday, the sun wants to come out and play. All weekend long, the weather was crappy. I'm just casting out as far as I can go. I'm just trying to work this thing back. Dare I try to stand up on this thing? Let's see. Move my paddle. As long as I don't put my foot on the actual seat, I'm okay. All right. Sometimes you get cramped up in that thing, man, so I gotta stretch the legs out. But we're coming live from the backyard pond. I'm on the little, my boat. It's nothing fancy. I picked it up. But I got 2 fishing rod installed on it. But you just pedal on this thing, giddy up. And again, decent sized pond. We got bass, we got crappie, we got garfish, alligators, we got everything. So not a bad spot. The crib is like literally right there. So I'm not lying when I say it's a backyard pond. Literally it is. As long as I don't get pushed like crazy by the wind, I should be able to stand up and fish for a second. Nice, nice. All right, man, take it easy. Well, I hope you catch a lot of fish, dog. All right. Get out there, Kevin, man. Be great. Be great today. All it takes is one fish here. I'm just using a spinning reel. This is a Lou 300 that I put on. This originally was a combo that I bought from Dick's Sporting Goods. They're Jawbones. I don't even know if they even make the spinning reel combo anymore. I think they have smaller ones, like a 5-foot one, but this is 6 feet 6 inches, and they have 7-foot ones that I used to buy all the time because they were like $25. They work great. I use them all the time. I've caught some really big fish with the setup. Again, you don't need anything like, I don't use anything that's gonna like break the bank. I've caught nice reds, flounders, trout, sheep's head, you name it. And they've lasted as long as I've taken care of them. Bob, come on. 18 likes, that's what's up. Hey, Mr. Fish. Some just jumped behind me. So I can get this thing. Hey, while you're on here, make sure I check out some of the links in the description too. Alright, I don't like where I'm drifting. I'm trying to get back to the deeper water part here. Let's not fall in the water. It's going to be a great Monday, everyone. It's going to be a great Monday. Well, we first started with some fishing here. Let's see if we can get one on the line here. Let's make it count here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Andy, that's what's up. That, I don't believe so. I've never heard of that. And, all right, everyone's tapping in. Let me know where you're at. I like that. I like that. I do YouTube. That's what I'm working for. We focus on the future. My plan is to be full-time YouTuber. But your boy does got a job. I do got a job. And I just recently has taken on coaching soccer for our club. But that's because I just like supporting our community. And trying to give back. But it's easy for me to fish anyways, just because, again, this is, unlike a lot of people, fishing is really accessible to me, because at least for back here, this is behind my house. I mean, I'm like dead ahead. My house is off in the distance there, and it's nothing for me to come out here for like 15 minutes or an hour or whatever, or multiple times. It's just, and then I'm 10 minutes from the beach. So when you combine all of that, it makes it a little bit easy for me to take advantage of it. And honestly, for the longest time, I've been living here for a long time. It wasn't until recently that I got into like fishing a lot more back here. You know, I probably lived there for well over 10 years and barely, I fish here once in a while, but now I put in work every day. I'm I fish. I fish every day. If you don't believe me, I got check the receipts. Check my live stream. I'm out here every day, here or on my boat or somewhere. I'm attempting to catch some kind of species. Every once in a while, I'm trying to catch some crabs. So we'll mix in some blue crab in there sometimes, which I haven't done in a couple of weeks now. So that might need to be on the docket here soon. I'm using a soft plastic for my bait. So, yeah, I just try to have fun with it. I'm fishing deep because I feel like, that's where I was pulling up some of the crappie. That's where I was pulling up some of the bass. The deepest part is out in the pond. You got to trust me on this here. The fish do not behave like you think they would back here. But my goal is to beat 4 pounds. That's the goal. The record is 4-pound bass that I've caught. So the hopes is we gotta. That is what I'm chasing. Above 4, but a double digit would be even better. And I just catch and release back here. I don't keep anything. And again, simple jig head with a trout trick on it. It's called Festivus. The reason why I'm using this here too is just because I'm trying to get a little more time with using this type of setup. Confidence builder, you know. I could have just as easily put on a crankbait or something like that. I know I would have caught a lot of fish with it, but sometimes I go for easy, sometimes I go for challenge. Come on now. They're in here. I know they are. 26 likes. Love it. 163 of y'all in here. Make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't already. And please share. And let's see where this thing goes, man. Biggest fish I ever caught. Cat food, really interesting. But I never thought that. But then I feel like, what am I eating then? Catfish in my food, like in the crab. Yeah, we got mullet. I mean, I personally don't eat mullet like that, but man, the bigger ones I know are definitely worth the hassle, I would imagine. But usually if I catch mullet, depending on the size, that's bait. That's either live or cut bait. But PB coming at like 9 pounds is a 27.5-inch flounder that I've caught in season, which we're about to be September 1, y'all. September 1. Believe it, that will be a situation where you'll find me. I'm flounder fishing every day because it's only for 2 weeks. And the limit is, I think, got to be minimum 15 inches. You can only keep one per day. Twist it up here. We're going to take full advantage of that. Consider it was only 4 days last year. And a very specific body of water that you can fish in too, which was annoying. All right. Let me pop this off. All right. I'll give it a shot. Anything for once. For one. Try anything for once, you know what I mean? All right. I see where you're going at with this. It's kind of the same method we use whenever I cast. We're kind of casting into like a school of fish, like Spanish, that are busting the surface. But I don't think the fish are this high up in the column. I think they're much lower. All right. Hey, 28, 28. The plan is always to get some fish. Always, always. And I wouldn't sell for anything less. You gotta. Something about this color, I think they like it. I get myself turned around here. But these fish are. They don't behave the same way that you would think fish would back here. It's good and bad, but they don't make it easy for you. Even when I fish for bluegills, man, sometimes the bite can be on. Sometimes it's like they get non-existing. And I'm using exactly what they do like, and I'm fishing exactly where they're supposed to be. That they're jumping around me, though. Honestly, I think this is a crappie reel, though. Yeah, I'm trying to catch bass and trying to catch crappie. Gabrielle, I mean, it just depends on how big of a fish you're trying to get, honestly. But my preferred reel is always going to be a spinning combo like this here. And I like a good 7-foot rod. And it's a preference thing, but I have a truck, so I could put a one-piece rod in the back of my bed versus some people might have cars that they might need to have a 2-piece to break down. But the bigger the reel, hopefully the bigger the fish that you're trying to go after. And again, you don't really need to, I try not to break the bank with whatever I get. I'm just not, like, I love fishing, but I don't think an expensive set is going to make you better at fishing. It may, the quality, you know, as far as like how long it might last, but that's relative how well you take care of it too. So I just had a hit there. That's another hit. Don't be shy. Fish. Oh, bae. Come on, you're still there. You're still there. Just take it. Take it. That's the feeling I want right there. Definitely has some love there. Let's do it again. Let's see if we can get that back. Just get that feeling back. That was at least 3 hits. It just wasn't. It just was playing with it. Wasn't like quite trying to commit to it. So very slow, very slow. I got some attractant, but I don't ever use it. Try and rely on skills here. What little I do have. I just gotta find the honey hole, you know what I mean? As many times I've thrown by the tree line, I've barely caught fish there. So, but as many times I've thrown out in the deeper part of the pond, I've caught many fish. All right, let's give it a second. Come on now, let me turn myself around here. Come on, fish. Can really focus here now because I feel like it's my fishing senses are tingling. Let's reset. see if I can attach a light to a camera and drop it down the water. I'm just curious to see how many fish are actually hanging out here. I have no live bait. I'm throwing soft plastic. That is the move this morning. I'm trying to tell y'all, believe it or not, I've had minnows that I've used back here, not a single bite. Doesn't mean that happens every time, but again, it's hit or miss. And again, it could be the time of the day. I mean, that is what I'm trying to figure out, you know what I mean? Like I was using bluegills the other day that I had caught to fish with, and had a couple of hits, but nothing that would have again, nothing that committed to the bite. But that's the next move. I'm trying to see if I can catch a monster back here with a bluegill, because anything that would eat that's got to be big. At least that's what I'm thinking in my mind. Unless it's the alligator messing with me, but I don't think it's into that. Let me get myself back where I was at before. But again, I don't take myself too serious with this. I just try to have fun. And if I catch a fish, I catch a fish. You know what I mean? But I don't go in and say I'm not gonna catch a fish. I'll put it like that. But also don't get too bent out of shape if I don't, because the way it works is each cast gets me closer to the next big one, and you gotta. Oh hell! What the hell happened here? Not paying attention. Got all twisted up here. All right. Okay. Can't be having that. I know there's a fish. I know there's fish. I've tried a couple times with a camera, but the water is really murky, so you're not gonna have that clarity. The archer fish was going on. The paddle boat, yeah, man. Like, let me see my first camera. Paddle boat, all day. I got the fishing rod holder. That didn't come with it, but I set that up. But yeah, you got cup holders. It's manual power, you know what I mean? The water bee is what it's called. And it was anytime something's free, you gotta go get it. I do got a John boat, but I gotta rehab that thing. That's gonna be my lake boat once I get it. Once I get right. Yeah. The fish just jump by me. Let's see if I can. Get off. Get off. Get off. Dragging bottom here. Come on now. We're gonna convince this fish to. Sometimes it's just about enjoying the moment, man. Yep, on the phone, 16 Pro. That's what I use to stream. That's what I film a lot of my videos with. It's also what I use to edit my videos with. Especially if I don't feel like getting on the laptop to do edits. It's the easiest way to get in the game. And I just use the YouTube app for my streaming. At some point I plan on upgrading, but I'm not there yet. Fish on. Fish off. I gotta keep it in mind, keep this thing in the water. That was my fault right there. Damn. That was a decent sized little hit. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. All right, let's get back in the game here. Tell you, you gotta be patient sometimes, and it's one thing I've learned with fishing. If the bite doesn't happen immediately, it doesn't happen at all. I just keep showing up, keep coming back. Eventually, I'm gonna get mine. Cause it's not a matter of me not knowing where the fish are at, but sometimes the fish are just not biting. It doesn't mean they're not necessarily in that spot. And again, there could be a number of reasons why you're not catching a fish. I mean, fish do move, but when you're consistent, you start seeing patterns. Like that's the reason why I didn't go on the boat this morning, because I think high tide's like at 10 o'clock. I'm not saying I couldn't have luck, but at that point, I know if I go fishing, I'm trying something different and new versus giving myself the best opportunity to maybe catch a fish at a certain spot that I'm trying to fish on. So old me would have been like, I'm going fishing regardless. But now I'm trying to use a little bit more tactic and strategy when it comes to it. Nothing yet, though. Nothing yet. These fish are ducking me. I just had a fish on, got it up. I gotta keep it in the water because as soon as they jump up out of the water, they're shaking the hook. They are shaking the hook. That was a good little hit though. Made me a believer again. Let's even get to 50 likes, though. We're so close to it. We're at 44. It's the only thing I'll ask for. I'll ask for you to subscribe. I'll ask for you to like. I'll ask for you to share. If you do that for me, we're Gucci. Anything else, that's up to y'all. But this all helps move the channel in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Back here, I've caught a 12-pound carp. That's the biggest fish I've ever caught back here. I think that might be the biggest fish I've caught. But I lie. I did catch a 32-inch red drum. That was pretty massive. That was a fun catch. But we never weighed it. So it was like over slot, but I don't feel like quite a bull, in my opinion, you know. But I do believe in fish finders, but man, in a perfect world, I'll have live scope on my boat. But like I said, there's levels. There's levels to this fishing game here. I love to have a fish finder on this damn thing here, or my kayak, for that matter. Fishing is not a cheap hobby sometimes, depending on the type of fishing you might be doing. But I'm old school in that way. I fish spots, and people tell me about spots, and I just try to learn on my own. Check the weather, check the tide, have the right bait. Just have a plan. Sometimes it's not good enough just to show up and fish. I'm not saying people don't have luck. Plenty of people have crazy luck, catch crazy fish just by showing up. But what I'm learning is when you have a plan and you execute it, things might go your way a little bit more. But that fish I just got on, I couldn't tell you what I was doing, other than what I've been doing. I don't think I was doing anything special. It has. It's morning, 7:46 here in North Carolina. Coastal NC, baby. I'll show y'all my bait in a second. I just had a bite there. It could be dragon bottom here. Could be me dragging the bottom. That's what was happening. Sometimes that does happen. There's a disturbance behind me. Spin the block here. See, this is what we're using here. All right, we're 2 away from 50. 50. Still over here. All right. Yes, sir. Wilmington. My charter's out of Carolina Beach, so check the link. Look me up if you're ever down there. Yeah, and my My streak's been pretty strong here. I mean, I catch fish every day, but I do fish every day, so you're gonna find me throwing a line here, at least for an hour. All right, I'm gonna get my last caught. I had one fish right by the boat, only for me to do something goofy and not get it into the boat. Oh, come on. Don't do me dirty like that. We're getting a tap here. I'm telling you, they love this. They love this little, this trout trick has been the trick. Would have never guessed. Would have never guessed. All right, let's see if we can get a fish here before I gotta hop off here and be an adult. I still gotta do a workout, y'all, and gotta make coffee, get this day going. Mondays are always busy. Radar, what's up, man? Jason, I appreciate that. Right, exactly. I'll do all the work. Never had a bad time fishing, I'll tell you that. Unless it's lightning and we're on the water, that's not a good time. Don't recommend that for anybody. I can count on one how many people have been popped by lightning here and did not survive. It's kind of, I do not play with that. Oh, I feel like there's got to be a little honey hole here because I feel like I'm in the general same area. I just got to look at where I'm at. All right, we got this tree here. Trying to get myself turned around here so I can face the right direction here. Let's see if I can go on a high note here. We got to catch one fish, though. Hey, we broke 50. We're at 52 legs. That's what's up. I appreciate y'all locking in. All right, let's see if I can. So if I was on my kayak, I wouldn't have this problem. Can't go in reverse with this thing at all. This is me going reverse, but I'm trying to go right. I give up. Let's just try it. Let's just fish at this point. Let's just catch a fish. We're in overtime with time, y'all. I will. Yeah, brave man for that. Ducky, what's up? Bank cast. Yo, we're just had one fish, got it up right by the boat, only to fumble the bag here. So trying to get my get back before I got to get off here. Gotta get my morning exercise on, you know what I mean? Let's recast here. Put him reverse, Terry. Put him reverse. It's going the wrong way. Of course. Look at this. I'm doing a 360 even though that's not what I put in the control panel. All right. This should count as my exercise though. This paddle boat's no joke. The other day actually I got out here on the kayak and paddle around like twice. That was a workout. See if we can get a fish. Come on now, come on. All good, man. Sticky fingers, that happens sometimes. Fresh water, yep. Well, I appreciate you popping in. Look, I'm trying to tell you, this trout trick has, by Z-Man, has been working better than I would have expected. I'll put it like that. I think that was a bite. Come on now. Plus, when I fish early, no one even knows I'm gone out of the house. So when I come back, it's like I never even left to go anywhere. But my evenings are tight. I might try to fish later on this evening, depends. I think, what time do I have? 6:30, 5:30, 6:30. I might be able to come back on 7:30 because my kid has soccer practice. There's a little pond over there, so I might try to give it a shot again. There's a pond over there. It's not that deep. I was very surprised how shallow it was, but I might give it a try. I don't know if I'll go live. I might just bring my GoPro and wear it, but all right, we got maybe like 2 more casts. We got pushing 8 o'clock here. We got 30 minutes of work I still gotta put in. Yes, sir. Yeah, it is. There's like a trail behind it, and I just have it on a jig head. Oh, I got Daiwa all day long. I mean, I do. I'm gonna go with Messi all day. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Radar, I like the way you think. Sometimes I wonder how stuff gets twisted up or knotted up. Like, I wasn't doing anything with this rod, and my line's all twisted up at the top of the guide. Let me fix this. All right. Come on, fish. I'm getting all these text messages too about basketball that I gotta respond to. Tuesdays are my basketballs, and Tuesday and Thursday are my basketball mornings. Come on, stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. That's a hit, but fish on. I'm gonna keep you in the water this time. Fish is on. I gotta keep you. I don't want this dude to do the thing where they jump out, and let's see if I can lip him. I'm being extra careful. I know, this is crazy. Hey. That was probably the most calmest I've ever got a fish out of the water. I don't lie. No thrashing, no fussing. Come on. Again, what are we using? Okay. Nice looking bass there. Skeeter, What's good? I'm gonna snap a picture, y'all. I'm not going nowhere. I just gotta take a quick pic. All right. So, ended out on a high note. Got one fish. So, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Let's get this bad boy back in the water. See you later, guy. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was expecting. All right, y'all. It's been fun. Last cast delivered. Normally doesn't go down like that. So, I'm hyped that it did. This one right here. Took a minute, but this has been surprisingly working really well. I'm not gonna lie. Again, this is what I'm using. Trout candy here. I'll show you. It's called the Festivus. If you watch Seinfeld, you know George Costanza dad had this thing called the Festivus for the rest of us. Is it in here? No. I'm trying to find what I was throwing. I must not have it in this bag. It must be my other bag. It must be my saltwater bag, but it's by Z-Man, and it actually is. I've caught now a crappie, 2-3 bass, and then I've caught a dog lizard fish with it. So again, never used it before, but I'm signing off here. Make sure y'all do me a favor, like, subscribe, please share the channel. I'll be back at it tomorrow. I might be on later on this evening. I don't know. It's been tough with my regimen trying to get on here twice, but I appreciate everyone hanging out, showing love, and either I'll be out here if the tide is right. I might be on the pond, but like I said, I have basketball in the morning. We don't get done until like 7 o'clock, close to, so it's a little bit late start for me to head down to the boat, but we'll see how the day goes. But everyone do some fishing yourself. Have a great Monday. I'll check you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Radar, appreciate love. And make sure I check out the channel, y'all. Peace out, y'all.